Hello, I am Sharath Kalari from SharePlex Technical Support. Today's topic of discussion is Introduction to Replication from Oracle to Sybase. In this video, we'll discuss on SharePlex architecture, supported operations in Sybase, SharePlex installation, source configuration requirements, target configuration when replicating to Sybase, replication from Oracle to Sybase and special considerations. First, let us take a look at the overall architecture. In version 8.5, SharePlex introduces replication from Oracle to Sybase. Its setup and replication is similar to Oracle. SharePlex uses ODBC connector to connect to Sybase. In future, we do have plans to make SharePlex replicate to open targets. Open target refers to the ability of SharePlex to replicate data to files and non-Oracle databases. Note that SharePlex only supports certain data types and operations. For the full list, please refer to the release notes on the support website. SharePlex setup for Sybase is very similar to SharePlex for Oracle installation with minor changes and additions. Before setting up replication to Sybase, go through the pre-installation checklist and instructions from the install guide. Please note that SharePlex for Sybase requires Oracle libraries for its installation and for it to function. So make sure at least one Oracle client is installed on the target Sybase server. Target server setup is slightly different from the source. You don't need Aura setup after the installation. SharePlex metadata tables are created during the data replication. We'll discuss more on the target configuration in the coming slides. Let us discuss on how to set up the source configuration file. SharePlex replicates all the objects listed in the configuration file after its activation. Configuration file entries are similar as in Oracle replication with a minor change in the target route. In the target routing map, instead of using o.target Oracle SID for Sybase, we use r.sybase database name. Sybase objects are case sensitive. To avoid issues with case sensitivity, as in the slide, use double quotes for the lowercase schema table and the column names. When configuring the Sybase target for replication, make sure Sybase is up and running on the server. By default, Sybase uses port 5000 for its communication. If there is any change in this port, add the new port to odbc.ini from SharePlex /odbc folder. Also, as in this slide, make changes to odbc inst.ini file for SharePlex to reflect to the current environment. Set driver64 and setup64 parameters in odbc inst.ini file to reflect to the Sybase ODBC library paths included in the database installation. Before starting the spcop on target, run and source the Sybase environment file sybase.env from /opt/sybase folder. Run the sybase.sh script from the same location, and this script will set the correct LD library paths for the ODBC library files. After this, create a Sybase database user and grant login and SA_role to the user. Now let's see how to set up the target configuration. Start the spcop and go to the spcontrol prompt. Set up the Sybase database admin user, its password, and the database name as in this example. These details will help SharePlex identify the admin user and the database to connect and create the repository tables. At the spcontrol prompt, run target r.sybase database name show, and this should give you the summary of the target configuration setup. For more details on configuration, refer to the target configuration section in the new features guide. Now with the installation done and setup done as well, insert some data on the source table in replication and see it replicating to the target tables. Special considerations. SharePlex for Sybase requires Oracle libraries for it to function, so make sure there is at least Oracle Home or Oracle Client on the machine where you have Sybase installed. Sybase is case sensitive and we have to be very careful when defining the table name and column names in the config file. You cannot run compare, repair or copy to resync the Sybase tables. You have to resync them manually. Sybase database user should have SA_role assigned to it. Every time you start spcop or restart it on the target, you must run sybase.env and sybase.sh from /opt/sybase folder for SharePlex user to be able to open the library files and to set up the correct LD library paths for Sybase. Cleanup process for SharePlex to Sybase is different. Refer to the new features guide for detailed steps on how to do it. We hope this video will help expedite your SharePlex for Sybase setup and will address some of your questions. Please check out our support website for other videos on specific SharePlex features. Thank you and have a wonderful day.